Well, hello there, friend. Welcome to Tiny Yellow House in conjunction with Make Magazine. I'm your host, Diedricksen. And today, we'll be showing you how to not impress women at field I excel in. More so if you plan on building today's project without kids in mind. Because frankly, that would be creepy. Now this thingamabobical doodad doohickey type thingamajig here, I could keep going, is it's wall art that becomes a fold down fort. It's kind of like a transformer, man. Remember the 80s when they had the Transformer cartoon? Every time they transformed they went This art piece here becomes a desktop slash the ceiling of a fort with drop down cloth sides. It's got a door and a window built in. The project all in all costs about 20 bucks, maybe a little more in that ballpark to make. Low cost because it uses quite a few recycled materials. From a lot of the edging wood here, some scraps left over, the general box frame that holds this art together, and the milk caps here. I've saved for quite some time. If I totaled them mathematically, I've spent quite a bit of money on milk, sadly. Just kind of wanted to prove a point that you can take everyday junk, trash, and kind of make it into art. That's me. Now when working with milk caps or any small trinkets in recycled, mosaic form, I put them in place with hot glue gun. Then afterwards, I additionally use a pneumatic staple gun to staple them in place. You don't want these things falling loose, kids will choke on them, so be very, very careful. It's kind of geared towards people who have small houses, people who might live in the city. If you have kids and you want to give them the whole fort experience, this thing in about 3 seconds just flips down, the cloth sides drop down, and boom, you got yourself a fort for the kids. When they outgrow that, you take off the canvas or cloth sides and you have a desk for yourself with some storage shelves built in. So it kind of spans the generations, from kids to codgers. As for the sewing, the stitchery, did it myself, had to reteach myself. I think the last time I really sewed with a sewing machine was like in 8th grade. So I bought myself a $25 little mending sewing machine at one of the big box stores. It's about as basic this project as it gets with sewing, and the hemming you have to do if you screw up and it's not so straight, you don't really see the mistakes. So you, sir, ma'am, can do it too. And if you're one of those dudes out there worried about being seen sewing and it's not tough and manly, you could always, shoot some whiskey while chomping on cigars and yakking about NASCAR while doing so. That might make you feel a little more manly. This thing pretty much drops down on a 99-cent cheapo store rope that is attached to a cleat that's built into the frame here. It's as simple as that, a boat cleat. Now the key that holds this whole thing up, aside from the safety rope, the insurance rope, is this pin right here. Very scientific, profound. I copied the idea from NASA. Holds the whole thing up. No, I actually didn't finish that part yet. We're still working on that. Work in progress. Now if the pin here ever comes out as a secondary safety, you have this little rope here that ensures that this thing won't drop down and clobber some poor soul little kid on the head. Only adults tall enough are able to manually unhook it so kids won't get hurt, and then blammo. You just flip out the sides and you get yourself a fort. As for the comic book, magazine, book racks, whatever, when you want to hang them, it's just a couple old scavenged bungee cords that are pulled across here through these little screw-in eye hooks, these little loops. And assortment of toys, whatever junk you want to store up on these shelves. So there you have it, desk, fort, art and storage, heck, ironing board, why not? All wrapped into one neat little package. My name is Diedricksen, once again from Make Magazine and Tiny Yellow House. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time, perhaps. Come here for a big kiss.